welcome to the Morning Brew. This is net number 1275. My name is Scott 2BLT, and I'll be your host for the first hour with Vicky, KE8BKY on the log. Then we'll turn it over to Jeff, KE0GKF for the second hour. And there will be a second cup today. Scott and Vicky are going to handle that. So with that, we'll give you the question of the day, and we'll acknowledge our text check-ins here. Question of the day is, how often do you get a haircut? How often do you get a haircut? And please don't tell me when I need it. That's not an answer. We want to know, how often do you get a haircut? All right, let me acknowledge the text check-ins we have here. So far, we have a KQ4YYN Joe, KA8BYU Roy, KI6KQO Zachary, K8UFM Randall, N0CKV Mark, KM4WZD Joe, N3DQD Ray, KG4GOQ Paul, K4POI Ed, N3QR Joe, N4GT Roland, KA4EPS Lou, NA2B Charlie, KD2UDB Mike, KD2YUI Charles, KJ5MEL Jose, KB3EYR Greg, KC2NJV Wayne, W3CVE Chuck, KI4EGQ Bill, WD8 KOB Rodney, KJ4ZFM Robert, KK7DY Clark, KC3UUK Herbert, WA8PGV Dan, KF8GTW David, KK4DUK Duck, KE2EDS Mark, W8RCY Donald, and KQ4UXJ KJ. Let's go to our mobiles. If you're mobile, and please, only if you're mobile, come with your call sign twice and slowly. XOK, K9XOK. Whiskey 5, Golf Hotel Romeo. Whiskey 5, Golf Hotel Romeo, mobile. W8, NJT, Whiskey 8, November Juliet Tango. Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November, that is Kilo Zulu 4 Juliet November, mobile. Kilo 5, Mike Papa Hotel, K5MPH, in and out, in and out. KC1WFM, KC1WFM. Kilo Echo 2, Charlie, Charlie, Kilo, Kilo Echo, Charlie, Kilowatt, mobile. PD7, Juliet Papa Sierra. PD7, Juliet Papa Sierra. In and out. Alrighty, that's a good little list. Let me acknowledge from the bottom up, we had Patrick, PD7, JPS was in and out. Then we had KE2CCK, Matt, KC1, WFM, Alfonso. K5, MPH, Michael up in Brownsville was in and out. Have a good day. We had KZ4, JN, Anders. W8, NJT, Nick. W5, GHR, Brian. And at the top of this list, we have K9XOK, Pat, Northbrook, Illinois. Question of the day, how often do you get your hair cut? Let's go to K9XOK, Pat, Northbrook, Illinois. Good morning.
Morning, and good morning to Vicky and everyone on the brew. As far as haircuts, about every 3 months. I don't have too much hair, so I put it off for a while. K9XOK, Northbrook.
All righty, that's a good little list. Let me acknowledge from the bottom up, we had Patrick, PD7, JPS was in and out. Then we had KZ4, KZ, Alrighty, thank you, Pat. Appreciate you joining us, and you have a good day. Next up, tip 5 GHR, Brian out in Katy, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Brew Crew. I really do not like getting a haircut, or I really should say I do not like breaking in a new barber stylist. So when I find one, I will get my haircut probably about every other month. If I don't have one I like, it will be 6, 9 months. I've gone a year, but right now I have one I like, so I'll say 2 months, every 2 months. Back to you, Net Control, W5 GHR.
All right, thank you, Brian. You have yourself a great day and a good weekend. W8NJT, Nick in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Scott and everybody on that. For me, every 3 or 4 months, I go out and I get that $40 tripper that I bought there and take care of myself there, finish it up with the neck and with my life, and we are all good. W8NJT.
Thanks, Nick. Don't work too hard there today. We appreciate you working. KZ4, JN, Anderson, Alachua, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I say I go probably about 3 months, but I usually get a cut earlier if there's any special events or anything going on. Okay. This is Kilo Zulu 4, Juliet, November. Back to you.
Alrighty, thanks, Anders. Have a good weekend. KC1, WFM, Alfonso in Monroe, Connecticut. Good morning.
Good morning. Since my wife cuts my hair, I usually get a haircut whenever she decides to give me one. Usually about 3 months or so. Over.
Alrighty, got it. Every 3 months or so. Have a good weekend. KE2, CCK, Matt in Frankfort, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the net. Yes, I actually cut my own. Pretty good at it too. But when I was a kid, my grandmother would always, she tricked us. She'd ask us where we got our hair cut, and we'd tell her, you know, either mom did it or we went out and got it done. She goes, nope, you're wrong. And then she goes, so what's the right answer? She goes, on top of your head. Hi. It's a little joke for the morning. Everybody have a good day. 73 from KE2CCK, back to net.
Well, that's a good story, but how often did you get it cut?
It was, well, growing up, every couple months, probably about every 2 months.
Sounds good. You have a good weekend. And that's it for the mobiles. Let's go to the top of this list. KQ4, YYN, Joe in Franklin, Georgia. Good morning, Joe, and how often do you get a haircut? KQ4, YYN. Are you with us, Joe? How about Roy, KA8BYU? Good morning, Roy. Somebody must have come to the door. How about KI6, KQO, Zachary in St. Cloud, Florida? Are you with me, Zachary? Yes, sir, Scott. KI6KQO here.
Good morning to you, and good morning to Vicky and Jeff and the whole brew crew. 75 degrees here in Florida Central, and I got to get my hair cut about every 5 weeks or it starts looking shaggy. Everyone have a great weekend. Back to you, Scott, KI6KQO.
Hey, thanks, Zachary. Have a great weekend. K8UFM, Randall in Brownstown Township, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to the rest of the brew crew. I'd have to probably also say every 2 months. With that said, this is KAUFM, back to net control. Everyone have an outstanding Friday and even a better weekend.
And you as well, Randall. Thanks for joining us this morning. This is W2BLT, N0CKV, Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Good morning.
Morning, Jeff, Vicky, Scott, the rest of the brew crew, everybody else on the net. Every 6 weeks. So everybody have a great Friday and a great rest of the weekend. Oops. And CKV back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Have a good weekend. Let's go to KM4WZT, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki. Good morning to the crew. To be honest with you, the real answer is whenever the princess tells me to, but it's usually about 3-4 months between haircuts for me. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care. 7-3s. It's KM4WZD. Back to net.
Alrighty, 3 to 4 months it is. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you joining us. N3DQD, Ray down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, Jeff, the rest of the crew in there this morning. N3DQD here. Well, I don't have a lot of hair, so I get it cut to the setting less than 1. It's like a half on the clippers, so I have about every 3 to 4 weeks. Back to net. This is N3DQD.
Sounds good, Ray. Have yourself a good weekend. Appreciate you joining us this morning. KG4GOQ, Paul in Lake Worth, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and good morning, Vicki and the brew crew. I get it whenever the wife says it's time to get it done. If I had to guess, it might be 1 month or 2 months. I don't know. I never tried to get it done. He says the time is ready to do it. Back to the net, KG4GOQ.
Alrighty, thank you, Paul. And I'm sure your wife knows exactly when it needs to be cut. Have a good weekend. K4POI, Ed in Loxahatchee, Florida. Good morning. K4POI, are you still with me?
Scott, you can hear me. I'm not sure if I'm transmitting. If you can hear me, it's my question was to you is if you only have 1 or 2 strands, do you still call it hair? And I would say with what I've got, probably once every 3 months. K4POI, back to you, Scott.
Oh, yeah, we got you, Med. Have a good weekend. Appreciate you being here. N3SQR, Joe in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Good morning.
Why, good morning, Jeff, Vicki, and the rest of the brew crew. I go every 2 weeks.
You know, I don't want anybody yelling at me to square that rig. They want that rig high and tight, and that's the way I wear my hair. And I'm not sporting a reverse mohawk like a lot of my friends are. So you got to go, Scott. Every 2 weeks, M3SQR back to net control.
Wow, that's pretty quick there. My hair doesn't quite grow that fast, but it's getting there. Thanks for joining us. K4 GET, Ronald down in Jasper, Florida. Good morning.
Hello.
K4 GET, Ronald in Jasper, Florida. If you're there, good morning. And how often do you get a haircut? Well, nothing heard. Let's go down to KA4 EPS, Lou in Lake Worth, Florida. Good morning.
Hi, Scott, Vicky, KA4 EPI. I think Ron must have gone back to sleep. You know, 120-second check-in. I got to tell you, this first time I ever heard such an orderly mobile check-in. So, congrats to all the mobiles. Not one double at all. I was impressed. When you get to my age, you count. Yes, you count. 217 hairs left, and I looked at my logs, and it's exactly 3 months. I didn't even realize it. Every 3 months I get my hair cut. Have a good day, KA4 EPS.
Alrighty, thank you, Lou. Appreciate you joining us. NA2B, Charlie and Birdie down in Sun City Center, Florida. Good morning, Charlie, and how often do you get a haircut?
Good morning, Scott, and everybody on the net. Birdie and I in Tampa Bay. God, we got 73 this morning. It's almost like HI. Scott, in response to the question, how about if I say whenever Birdie tells me to? Actually, I would go with the majority of the group, 3 to 4 months. And others have said doesn't grow very fast anymore. Thanks for what you do, my friend. W2BLT and A2B back to net.
Thank you, Charlie, and for the first time in a while, I think our temperature is as good as yours down there today. Have a good day. How about KB2 UDB, Mike out on the banks of the Erie Canal here in New York State. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, Jeff, and the Brew Crew. Every 5 months, I end up doing myself number 2, and then the wife does the cleanup around the neck. So every 5 months. Thanks for picking me up this morning, and I just caught 2 big carp, so everything's going good here. KB2 UDB back to net. Thanks for picking me up this morning.
Alrighty, thank you, Mike. Appreciate you joining us, and you have fun out there on the fishing. KD2 YUY, Charles in Syracuse, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody else listening in on the brew. And when she tells me I need it, which is probably about once a month. Yeah, it averages. Sometimes it's a little sooner in the summer, longer in the winter. 73 all back to net control KD2 YUY.
Alrighty, thank you, Charles. Have yourself a good weekend. This is W2BLT. Let's go to KJ5MEL, Jose in Austin, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, Jeff,
Everybody on the net, thank you for what you do for the East Coast Reflector. Today I get a treat. I go with my wife, her sister, and myself to what they call the beauty salon. I'm just getting a haircut. They get transformed, but I get to go with two beautiful ladies to the haircut. Well, I usually get my haircut done every 3 to 4 weeks. Thank you. God bless you all. Have a great weekend.
Alrighty. Thank you, Jose. You have a good day. Appreciate you joining us. KB3EYR, Greg in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicki. Everybody on the brew crew this morning. This is KB3EYR. It usually works out to about once a month. So have a great Friday and great weekend back to control.
Alrighty, thank you, Greg. Appreciate you joining us. This is W2BLT, and this is the Morning Brew. Let's go to KC2NJV, Wayne in Belmore, New York. Good morning.
Morning Brew, KC2NJV. Lovely day in Long Island, but humid. And I get my hair cut every 2 months, and by that time I look like a Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, unless I have to go someplace and I get a cut earlier. Have a great day.
You as well, Wayne, and appreciate you joining us here this morning. W3CVE, Chuck in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everybody on the brew there. Every 2 months, Scott. Have a great day and a great weekend. W3CVE.
Alrighty, Chuck, appreciate you joining us this morning, as always. KI4EGQ, Bill in Woodstock, Georgia. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki and all the brew crewers out there. It's very pleasant, 70 degrees here in Woodstock, Georgia. Fall is in the air. How often I get a haircut? And now it's, 5, 6 weeks, maybe longer. Sometimes, usually about 5 or 6. Although, when I was in the service for a hitch back in the 70s, if I didn't get my hair cut, I think it was about every 6 or 7 days. If your fuzz on the back of your neck touched the collar, they give you a ticket leaving the chow hall. So, but that was a long time ago. Everybody have a great week. KI4EGQ.
Alrighty, Bill. Joining us. Have yourself a good weekend. WD8KOB, Rodney in Madison, West Virginia. Good morning.
This is WD8KOB. Well, good morning, Nat. Hope everybody's having a good Friday morning and a nice weekend planned. Well, first of all, Scott, I don't know why in the world I put those 3 periods after my call, but it tend to mess the system up because I've got 200 and some check-ins, and I'll try not to do that again. I'm sorry I did that. But anyway, let's see. I get a haircut about every 2 months. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. See you on down the line. WD8KOB, back to net.
There you go, Rod. I fixed that. Now I see you had 205. And how often do you get your hair cut? I'm sorry.
Every 2 months.
Sounds good. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great day. KJ4 ZFM, Robert, down in Deltona, Florida. Good morning, Robert.
Yeah, good morning to the Brew Crew and everybody that's available this morning. I'm actually out here doing some work here at my QTH this morning. But the answer to the question is every 2 months I'll get my hair cut. Thank you very much for welcoming me. Everybody have a blessed day. KJ4 ZFM.
Alrighty, thank you, Robert. You had to ruin my morning by saying that W word, work. Have a great day. KK7DY, Clark out in Phoenix, Arizona. Good early morning, Clark. KK7, hi, Clark, are you with me? Right along. Let's go to KC3, UUK, Herbert, down in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
This is KC3 UUK Herbert in West Mifflin, PA. Put me down for about every 4 weeks now that I'm retired. When I was employed, it was every 2 weeks. I kept it high and tight. But now that I'm retired, I let it get a little bit longer. With that being said, everybody have a blessed and safe day out there. 73 KC3 UUK. Back to the net.
Alrighty, Herbert, thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend. Let's go to WA8PGV, Dan in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the brew. W8PGV here in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Put me down for monthly. 73s, and everybody have a good weekend.
Alrighty, thank you, Dan. Appreciate you joining us. KF8GTW, David in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody on the brew crew. I'd say it's about every month. Usually by the time it's time to trim up my beard, I cut the hair too. So that's about once a month. So 73 all, and everybody has a great weekend. Back to the net. KF8 CTW.
Alrighty, thank you, David. Monthly it is, and you have yourself a great day. KK4, DUK, Duck in Lake City, Florida. Good morning, Duck.
Good morning. This is KK4 DUK. At least on what was storming rain, lightning, thunder last night, Lake City, Florida. I cut my own hair, and I cut just shy of 2 weeks, so we might as well go with every 2 weeks. Excellent question. 73s to everyone. KK4 DUK. This is Duck, and quack quack.
Alrighty, thanks, Duck. Sounds like the weather matches your name down there lately. Have a great one. KE2 EDS, one of your team members here at the East Coast Reflector. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Brew Crew. I'm in that 5 to 6 week category. I keep it pretty tight to the skull, so don't like that long hair. And hey, Vicky, just a great job on this month's newsletter. Very, very nice job. Have a great day and a great weekend. This is KE2 EDS.
You mentioned that. I was on YouTube last night there when I was prepping for dinner. I said, we'll put the reflector up on the screen, and I let it read to me while I was making dinner. Wonderful stuff. Have a great day, Mark. W8RCY, Donald in Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Ms. Vicky. Kudos to you for a great newsletter. Thank you very much. Jeff, if you're in the background listening, I hope you're polishing that fun button. For me, it's like 8 weeks. I usually get it clippered down to like a 1.5 to 2 clipper cut. However, during COVID, I went 19 months without a haircut, and it ended up as a ponytail. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. This is the RC1, Madison Heights, Michigan. Have a good one.
Alrighty, bi-monthly it is. Have yourself a great day and a good weekend. And the last on this list, KQ4UXJ, KJ in Charlotte, North Carolina. Morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. This is KJ, KQ4UXJ here in Charlotte. And I never go to a barber to get a haircut anymore, but I shave my head every 2 to 3 days. If you catch what I'm saying. 73, KQ4UXJ, back to net.
Holy moly, shave my face that often. Have a great day, KJ, and a good weekend. Alrighty, let me acknowledge some more text check-ins, and then we'll take regular check-ins. We had N4 RSM Richard, WD8 CZP Ben, VK3 DMJ Dave, N8 ZFH Gary, VA3 YBS Bill, W2 RBC Randy, NW4Q Jim, KA8 BYU Roy again, KR4 AEG Charles, and VE3 TCS Tim in a mobile. Okay, who else do we have out there? Anybody anywhere looking to join us? Please come with the call sign twice, and as always, slowly.
Kilo Delta 3, Uniform Golf, Quebec. UD2, UCQ, Mike Charlie. Back to net control.
Whiskey Bravo 5, India Tango Tango. WB5ITT Mobile in and out this morning, and I shave it every other day. Good Friday morning, everybody. W8 WHK, W8 WHK. So Alpha 5, Gulf Sierra Sierra Mobile.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot. Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, pedestrian mobile.
Bravo. Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike.
AB3,
Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta. Kilo Charlie 3 Foxtrot Golf Delta. WB2 ERX. WB2 ERX.
Victor Alpha 3, Kilo Tango Juliet, VA3, KTJ.
Foxtrot 4 Echo Oscar. VK3 SNR. 3 Romeo.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there. Let me recognize who we got here. We had, let's see, VE3 DCS Tim in Windsor. We had VA3 KTJ Jinsuk. KD2 UGQ Mike. We had 9Y4C Dexter. We had WB5 ITT Chris and Beaumont was in and out this morning. We had W8 WHK Bill. KA5 at GSS Shane in the mobile. VA3 CRF Vern in the mobile. We had KJ5 DXB Frank. KO4 FBM Jose. KD3 AJN Anna. KC3 FGD Ray. WB2 ERX Rich. F4 EOC Marshall over in France. We had VK3 SNR Peter over in Australia. Let's go to the top of the list and run everything. This is W2BLT, and let's go to N4RSM Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning.
Morning, crew. Every few weeks, and I cut it myself, a buzz cut. Back to you.
Thank you, Richard. Appreciate you joining. Have a good day. WD8 CZP Ben in Winter Haven, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone on the net this morning. Yeah, I think I have more hair on my upper lip than I do on the sides of my head. I think Mark has more hair than I do. You don't have as required on here, Vicky, so usually it's as required. I do my own scissor cut. Haven't been to a barber in years, but I haven't decided to shave it. I have a lot of folks that wanted to. So if you need an actual date, probably every 2 weeks maybe, when it gets too long on the collar. And that's about it. Mark took my thunder about the newsletter. That was a fantastic job, Vicki. I don't know how you do it half the time. And back to net control. This is Whiskey Delta 8, Charlie Zulu, Papa WD8 CZP in Winter Haven, Florida.
Alrighty, thank you, Ben. Every couple of weeks it is. You have yourself a great day. Thanks for joining us. Next up, VK3 DMJ Dave in Bairnsdale, Victoria, Australia. Morning, Dave. Question of the day: how often do you get a haircut?
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everyone on the Morning Brew, and good evening from Bairnsdale in Victoria. It's interesting you asked this question tonight, Scott, because I'm actually due for a haircut right now. Usually every 2 to 3 months is probably pretty for me. Yeah, thanks for back to you, Scott, from VK3 Delta Mike Juliet.
Alrighty, thanks, Dave. Have yourself a great rest of your evening. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, N8ZFH, Gary in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. Happy Friday to all. I would say I get it trimmed a bit about every 2 to 3 years. It's pretty long. And my wife likes long hair, go figure. Please check me in and out. N8ZFH, back to net.
Well, I got a feeling you're going to win the prize for the longest there, Gary, so far. You have yourself a great weekend. Let's go across the river here to VA3YBS. Bill, up in Dunnville, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Bill.
Hey, good
morning, Scott and Vicki and everybody on the brew crew this morning. My wife cuts my hair about once a month, and we started doing that during COVID, and we never stopped really. And she says if she can clip a horse, she can clip my head. So she doesn't use the horse clippers, though. We've got clippers for cutting hair. Anyway, good to talk to you this morning, Scott. This is the A3YBS. Back to you.
Wow, that whole horse clipper thing there would make me a bit nervous, but hey, have a good day, Bill, and appreciate you joining us. Let's go to one of our team members here, Randy, W2RBC, down in West Seneca, New York. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning. I normally get my hair cut about every 6 weeks or whenever I need it. Hope everyone's a great one. That connector, 72 RBC.
Thank you, Randy. Have yourself a great weekend. NW4Q, Jim down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Let's see, every 3 weeks. Thank you.
3 weeks it is. Thanks for joining us, Jim. Appreciate it. Next up, KA8BYU. Good morning, Roy.
Oh, good morning, everybody on the roof. KA8BYU. Yeah, I was out in the kitchen moving a little bit slowly. I just got home from the hospital yesterday from the cryotherapy ablation for the prostate cancer, so not moving too fast. Had to go grab something to drink. I heard your call, but couldn't get back to the phone in time. As far as my hair, I do my own, and I keep it about half an inch, and usually I take it down every 3 months. In fact, I just did it last week, Friday, or Thursday night, anyway. It was a little after midnight, so I don't know what you're counting. Everybody have a good weekend. Take care. Good question for this morning. That's a good one. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Roy, and I hope you're feeling better. Have a good weekend. KR4AEG, Charles in Belmont, North Carolina. Good morning. This is W2BLT.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, everybody on the crew. I generally wait till somebody in the house reminds me and says, "You need a haircut," and that's usually when I go. So I'll let them tell me. KR4AEG, back to Nick.
Alrighty, thank you, Charles. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, VE3TCS, Tim in Windsor, Ontario. Good morning, Tim.
This is VE3TCS. The first Tuesday morning of the month at 8:45 to 9 o'clock, thereabouts, depending on if he has other customers. But this month, I got it yesterday, and he uses it on it. Back to net. Thank you.
Alrighty, have a good day, Tim. Appreciate you joining us. Let's stay up north of me here to PA3KTJ Jinsuk up in Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicki and everyone on the net. My answer is 3 weeks. I like to keep my hair short and cut it myself using a trimmer. Everybody have a great weekend. This is Electronic Control. This is PA3KT.
Marty. You have a good weekend. Appreciate you joining us. KD2 UGQ, Mike down in Shirley, New York. Good morning, Mike. It's been a while since I talked to you. How often do you get a haircut? KD2 UGQ, Mike, are you with me? Let's go down to 9Y4C. Dexter down in Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. Good morning, Dexter. Well, nothing heard from Dexter. Let's go to W8, WHK, Bill in North Fort Myers, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's 71 degrees. Well, it was 71 degrees when I got up, but sun's coming up through the clouds. You know, as you get older, the hair grows slower, but it falls out faster. So, you know, with the thinning, the wife and I both, we get our hair cut every 3 months. So that's my answer, 3 months. So everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is W8 WHK, back to neck control, 7 3s, everyone.
To UDQ, net control, did you copy my
City, Texas. Good morning, Shane. KA5 GSS, Shane in League City, Texas. Good morning.
Foxtrot 4, Echo Oscar, Canada.
You're in the middle of a net. We'll take check-in shortly. Do we have KA5 GSS still with us in the mobile? We'll move along to a fella I know is there. VA3 CRF, Vern up in Waterdown, Ontario, Canada. Morning, Vern. Hope it's not raining yet.
Good morning, Scott. So nice to hear you on the net. Actually, funny you should mention that. I've got an umbrella and a coat just in case, because it's going to rain soon, but it's not raining right now. I am out for a walk. It is 72 degrees, overcast. In terms of the question of the day, about every 6 to 8 weeks, kind of a serendipitous question, because I literally got a haircut yesterday. I heard that Marcel is there from France, so let me say bon après-midi et bienvenue. And Scott, thanks for doing it. Always nice to hear your voice. VA3 CRF.
Alright, thank you, Vern. I'm hoping the lake keeps us dry here for a while. Appreciate you joining us. Always a pleasure. This is W2BLT. Next up, KJ5DXB, Frank in Sugar Land, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, everybody in the Brew Crew. Put me down for monthly. Thanks for the check-in. Have a great weekend, everybody. KJ5, back to you, Scott.
Alrighty, thanks, Frank. Appreciate you joining us. KO4FBM, Jose in St. Cloud, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Morning Brew. Well, nowadays I get a haircut every 2 months. Back in the days when I was in the service, every week, high and tight, mandatory. Back to you, Scott, 73.
Alrighty, Jose. 2 months it is. Have a great weekend. KD3AJN. Anna down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Fine.
KD3AJN. Good morning, Anna. Well, that's unusual. Let's go to KC3FGD, Ray down in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Hey, good morning, Scott and Vicky, everyone on the brew here. Always a pleasure hearing your voice in there. My wife cuts my hair. She's been doing it for a long, long time, and it usually averages about once a month, Scott. Everyone have a wonderful back to control.
Alrighty, thank you, Ray. Yep, ever since COVID started, my wife cuts my hair. Have a great weekend. WB2ERX, Rich in Ridge, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. Well, every month for me, and been going to Snake Harbor for the last 25 years. I moved away about 5 years ago, about 25 miles, and at my age, it's getting to be a long walk. Back for net, WB2ERX.
Alrighty, thank you, Rich. You have a good weekend. Let's see, how about F4 EOC Marshall over in France? Good morning, or good afternoon.
Okay, my friend, good evening for you. My station, Florida 4, Echo, Oscar, Canada, 17 kilometers Luxembourg, 10 kilometers in Germany. My name is Martial. My QTH, French, 10 power, Germany, 17 kilometers Luxembourg. My temperature in 3 degrees for my QTH. Open for you, my friend, 7.3, a very good réseau, very good network, voilà, 7.3, Florida 4, Echo, Oscar, Canada.
Alrighty, Marshall, thank you for joining us. We're here every Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Love to have you again. You have yourself a great day. Next up, VK3SNR, Peter, over in Beulah, Australia. Good day, Peter.
Okay, my friend, so 73, very good QSO. 73, bye-bye.
My hair cut every 4 to 6 depending on how much fertilizer passes through my ears, and it's done by my ex-wife, my wife. So that's my answer, and running the net, really appreciate it. Everybody have a lovely weekend. Over. Alrighty, thank you, Peter. Appreciate you joining us, and don't be a stranger. Let's go to KQ8U, Bob, up in Ecorse, Michigan. Good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. I get it kind of average every 4 weeks. Have a great day. KQ8U, back in that.
Alrighty, thank you, Bob. Let me acknowledge some more text check-ins here. I'll run them and we'll see where we are at the end. We had K4MMX Greg, KJ5LJJ Greg, KQ4 GWO William, KE9 DFF Evan, and N5GI Rick. Let's go up to Craig, K4MMX down in Oakland Park, Florida. Good morning, Craig. Question of the day, how often do you get a haircut?
Good morning, everybody. I guess somehow the first time I checked in prior to the net, got lost. In any event, the answer to the question, currently because it's summertime and it's every month or 4 weeks, and so put me down for that. And if you ask me the same question in the middle of winter, I'd say 6. K4MMX back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Craig. And what time did you text in there earlier?
Probably, I don't know, about 10 or 5 minutes to 7, just before the net started.
Oh, okay. Sorry we missed you. Have a great day and a good weekend. KJ5, LJJ, Greg in Purvis, Mississippi. Good morning. KJ5, LJJ, Greg, are you with me?
Hey, good morning, Brew Crew. What's the question for today?
The question is, how often do you get a haircut?
Okay. I usually cut it about once a month. I used to go get it cut, but now I cut it myself. About once a month. Back to you in your control.
Alrighty, thank you, Greg. Let's go to KQ4, GWO, William in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Good morning. KQ4, GWO, William in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Are you with me? Right along, let's go to KE9, DFF, Evan in Milton, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning, KE9DFF. I'd say about 9 months out of the year it would be monthly, and then in those colder winter months, I tend to drag it out to about 6 weeks, although it does drive me crazy. KE9DFF.
Alrighty, thank you, Evan. Appreciate you joining us. That's going to do it for me for today, folks. There's a couple more here. We'll let Jeff pick them up, and he'll take you through the second hour. Thanks to Vicki for logging this morning, and thanks everyone that checked in, and everybody have a great weekend. This is W2BLT 73. It's all yours.
Well, thank you, Scott. Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff, KE0GKF. I'm located in Omaha, Nebraska. Dense fog advisory. Real foggy out there this morning. Of course, it's only 7 a.m. here now in the Midwest. We're heading for almost 90 degrees and sunny, though. It's going to clear off and be hot. It's summertime. Let's get right back to the list. Let's go to N5GI. Rick in the Villages, Florida. Good morning. Think you know the question, but how often do you get your hair cut, Rick? Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicki, everybody on Brew Crew. Thanks, Scott, for the first hour. You're doing sounding good. Everybody's doing good. I got your copy. Okay, Jeff. The question, we got a haircut. On the haircut. It says MGI back.
Alrighty, sounds good. Have yourself a good weekend. WB1DXN, Daryl, good. The fun button.
Was fun pushing that button. Good morning, WB1DXN here. Good morning, Vicki and Jeff and the rest of the Brew Crew as I rode in again on that Tex commuter train. What a nice ride today. And everybody have a great day. And I'll get to the answer right now. About twice a year. All right, weekend coming up. People take it easy, driving, doing any projects or whatever. Look ahead, think ahead, plan ahead. Watch where you are, situational awareness. Be aware of your surroundings. Always expect the unexpected. Everybody have a happy weekend. WB1DXN. Oh, and welcome to our Francois people and the Australian. I got to look up where Beulah is. I know somebody in the Canberra area. Everybody have a happy WB1DXN.
Alrighty, Daryl. Have yourself a fine weekend, sir. Thanks for stopping by. One of our net controllers and net manager, Bill. Good morning, N2BH.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicki, Scott, and everybody. Oh, man, keep this beautiful baldness. I shave it every day. Everybody have a good weekend, N2BH.
And I bet it's nice and smooth. Have a good one, Bill. Scott, another team member, N7FGP, over to you.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicki, Scott. I get my hair cut about every 2 months, whether it needs it or not. It usually needs it. Back to you.
All right, 2 months it is. I'm trying to get these answers in the log here this morning. All right, have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Scott, have a good one. That wraps up this list. Let's go for another round of check-ins, twice and slowly, please.
Number 2, from Oscar Golf, N2OG.
Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel. Whiskey 5, Whiskey Lima Hotel.
Foxtrot, 0, Victor Mike, Charlie, Kilo, Foxtrot, Victor Mike, Charlie.
Alpha, Delta 1, Delta Alpha, Alpha, Delta 1, Delta Alpha.
Kilo, Kilo, 4, Delta, India, Yankee. Kilo, Kilo, 4, India, Yankee.
Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta. Kilo Alpha 5, Papa Uniform Delta.
911710.
Whiskey 8, Papa India Charlie. Delta 8,
Papa Charlie.
Copy, November 1, Whiskey Echo, N1WEB.
K4, OUP, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar Uniform Papa.
N2, FMV, November 2, Foxtrot Michael Victor.
KF8GAH, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Alpha Hotel. Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo, KY4NB.
KQ4 YYN, KQ4 YYN. Sorry about missing my earlier checking.
Okay, we'll go with this list right here, and a nice list. Let's KQ4YYN Joe. We just added AC3QB Joe and WW0N Kenny, I think, by the text line. KY4NB Scott, KF8EAH Tim, N2FMV Lawrence, KF4OUP Byron, N1WEB Webb, WD8PIC Bob, KA5PUD Paul, KK4DIY Gene, 81DA Doug, KF0 VMC Tim, W5WLH Lee, N2UOG Sal, KD4C8T Allen, and KI5PMI Bill, who just came in by the text line and are at the top of the list. Let's see, I don't see any mobiles, so let's go right to the top of the list. KI5PMI Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico, good morning. Over to you. How about them haircuts?
Good morning, Jeff, everybody on the brew. I wear a buzz haircut, so I get mine done about every 2 weeks. My wife does it. If not, I look like a chia pet. Hope everybody has a great day. KI5PMI, back to net.
Well, you know, bean sprouts are good for you, Bill. Have a good morning and a great weekend. Alan, KD4CHT.
Well, good morning, everybody on the road crew. It's been a pretty good morning so far. The answer to your question is every 4 weeks. Every once in a while I get it a little sooner, but most of the time it's every 4 weeks. KD4CHT.
All right, Alan. Thanks for stopping by. It is Fun Button Friday, so you know what that means. At the top of the next hour is the second cup. So stick around and say good morning to Scott and Vicky at the top of the next hour. We'll wrap up the week. Let's go to Sal and UOG.
Vicky and everybody else out there. Nice crowd there. Looks like it's going to be another rainy day here in Florida. Boy, that gets pretty old pretty quick. Anyway, question of the day. I get my hair cut once a month. My wife's been giving it to me for years, and she's good at it, and it's very convenient because I sit in front of the mirror, put the cloak on, and she gives me a nice haircut. So very convenient and very cost-effective. Back to net control. This is NWUOG 73.
I'll tell you what, they want 30, 40, 50 bucks to do a haircut. Big savings, Sal. Have a good morning. Lee, W5WLH in Texas, down to you.
Good morning, Jeff. So when I was a young man, I got a haircut once a week and trim my ears once a month. Now it's the around. Once a month for a haircut and every week for the ears. Back to net control, Whiskey 5WLH.
Excuse me. Yeah, things change for sure, Lee, as we age. You have yourself a good weekend. Tim in Lincoln, Nebraska, another fellow Nebraska station with me. Always good to hear. Good morning, Tim. KF0VMC.
Morning, Jeff. It's always nice to hear your voice. I waited for the 7 o'clock so I get a chance to talk to you. So it's always nice talking to you, Jeff. I get my hair cut about every 2 months. Well, I don't do it. My wife does it for me because I'm bald on top. And so it's easy to take care of. Once she shaves my head, I just push it down a little bit and it's good to go. So thank you for picking me up this morning. This is KF0VMC. And back to the net. We'll talk to you again later, Jeff.
Yep, Tim, we'll talk at you later. Thanks for checking in from the state's capital of Lincoln. Let's go to Doug in Texas, 81DA.
Good morning, everybody. The morning brew. Yeah, I do it every month, but I do it at home. I have a machine, and then we alternate between my wife and my kids because my hair, I don't have much left on top anyway, so it's easier that way. And I save some money. Back to that photo, 81DA, 73. Have a great weekend, guys.
Yeah, you can tell you can buy a new radio with all that savings. Have a good one, Doug. Gene in Homosassa, Florida, KK4 DIY. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, and Vicky, and everybody out there. KK4 DIY, Gene, and Homosassa. And I cut about every 4 months. I don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. Back to you, sir. KK4 DIY.
All right, sounds good, Gene. You have yourself a fine weekend. KA5PUD Paul in Montgomery, Texas. Over to you.
Good morning to the crew. On the average, about every once a month or month and a half, it grows pretty good. So back to net, KA5PUD.
Sounds good, Paul. Stick around for the second cup if you can. It's 13 minutes past the hour. Let's go to Bob in Sylvania, Ohio. WD8PIC. What's up?
You forgot to take that. A month and a half, 2 months, whatever. Whenever it gets to the point where it's bothers my ears, and I like to short. And, I have my own equipment. I have a friend doing it, but a roommate is doing it now. Don't continue. This is the man at 7 right now. Control, double.
All righty, Bob. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by this morning. Let's go to Webb in Collierville, Tennessee, N1. WEB, good morning.
Well, thank you, Jeff, and good morning, Internet. Been out for every 2 months. And what WEB?
2 months it is, Webb. We'll talk to you next time. Have yourself a great weekend. Byron in Cape Coral, Florida, KF4 OUP.
Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Jeff. This is KF4OUP, Kate Coral. I would say my haircut once a month, my beard once a week. I'm just like a chia pet. Every time I water it, it grows. Back to night.
Sounds good, Byron. Have a fine weekend. Stick around for the second cup. Lawrence, N2FMV in Lady Lake, Florida.
Well, good morning, Nat. My answer is every 6 weeks. Back to the net. This is N2FMV.
Month and a half. Got you down, Lawrence. Tim in Lima, Ohio. KFGAH. KFGAH. Every month to 2 months, depending on if I'm going to go anywhere. Get a little scraggly, around a month and a half to the mark, then I cut it. Been doing it myself since I was a little kid. My mother was a beauty school dropout, so I started cutting my hair when I was like 15 years old. She cut it up to that point. There was Conair cutters, and I kept them for like 30 years. I just recently replaced them with another set of cutters. So every month and a half to 2 months at the most. Boy, they certainly don't make things... Whoop, do I have the reflector? I think I did. They certainly don't make things like they used to, Tim. 30 years out of that trimmer. Awesome. Have a good weekend. Looks like Scott, Memphis, Tennessee, KY4NB.
Well, hi, Jeff, and Vicky, Bill, everybody, Scott on the net. Also work on a Friday. Every 5 weeks for me. My wife trims the doggy up, but she hadn't done mine yet. Hi. So anyway, that's the answer about every 5 weeks. Happy Friday, all. KY4NB, back to net.
All righty, Scott. Sounds good. And have yourself a fine week. Motor safely out there. Joe, I think you're running about out there in Franklin, Georgia. KQ4. IYN, over to you.
Good morning there, K0GKF, K8BKY, and everybody else. Tell W2BOT, sorry we missed him. That is Mr. Scott, Mr. Jeff, and Mrs. Vicky. Hey, I get it cut once in a while. I don't know how you're going to log that one, but just say once in a while. Back to you, sir. KQ4, while bringing.
We got you down, Joe. Hey, you have yourself a fine weekend. Thanks for saying good morning to the Friday crew. Let's go to Joe in Middletown, AC3QB. What's up?
Thanks to everyone on the net and out there in the brew crew from Middletown. I've been cutting my own hair, clipping it actually, for the past 30 years, about once a month. So put me down for once a month. Everybody have a great Friday. It's AC3QB.
All righty, and you have a fine weekend too, Joe. We made it through. It's Fun Button Friday, Kenny. WW0N.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I get my hair cut about once every 6 weeks, whether I need it or not. Yeah. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. This is WW0N back in there.
All righty, Kenny. We got you down for about every 6 weeks. Have a good weekend. William in Wake Forest, North Carolina. KQ4GWO.
Thank you, Net Control. This is Kilo Golf Whiskey Oscar. William around beautiful Wake Forest, North Carolina. Wow, haircut. I haven't had a haircut in over 15 years, believe it or not. I trim my beard probably once, maybe twice a week. But I got them dreadlocks, man. So a haircut is thing of the past. Save a lot of money, too. Thank you once again, Net Control. Everybody have a super fine weekend. This is Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Whiskey Oscar. William around beautiful Wake Forest, North Carolina. 73s, my friend.
All righty, superfine. William, you have a good weekend, sir. Team member K4 GDS, Gil in Orlando, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Have a happy Friday. My wife was a hairdresser, so she tells me every 5 weeks I'm immediately sit in the chair. And does a good job. Doesn't cost me anything. Can't complain. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. We're trying to dry out down here in Florida, but don't look like we're going to do it today. K4 GDS, back to that.
All righty, Gil. Thanks for stopping by. K6AAN, Mike in Valley Springs, California, heading over to you.
Well, good morning, the brew crew. It's every 6 weeks for me. It's only the old grooming standard from the job, so clean shaven and haircut every 6 weeks without fail. That's Control, K6AAM.
All righty, Mike. Have yourself a fine weekend. My name's Jeff, KE0GKF. It was Vicky on the log, of course, KE8VKY. Stick around at the top of the next hour. This is the second cup. It's 23 minutes past the hour, and we're heading to Kenneth in the Villages, AB4KT. Good morning.
The Villages, Florida. I never really thought about this until now, but I guess it's about once a month, something like that. I'm not on a set schedule.
Yeah, we were thinking we might get some of that whenever it needs to be done, but yeah, we're trying to stick to time range. Thanks for doing that for us, Kenneth. Have a good weekend. Leslie in Houston, Texas, K5 LLE. Going once, going twice, Leslie. K5 LE, you still with us? Well, Leslie's probably getting a cup of coffee. Let's go to Perry in Leesburg, Florida. K4 PJM, good morning.
Well, good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and everybody on the Morning Brew. I've been off traveling for the last 2.5 months, so it's good to get back on here this morning and time to get a haircut. We usually go about every 6 weeks, and then my wife cuts it for me. Everybody have a great weekend. K4 PJM, back to net.
All righty, Perry. Hope your travels were enjoyable. Have a good weekend. Bob in Leesburg, W3ICQ.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicky. I get mine every 6 weeks. 6 days, let's say 6
Alrighty, Bob. Sounds good. Hey, have yourself a fine weekend. We made Scott in California heading over to the other coast and our lucky 100th check-in of the day. N6ZAR. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky, and everybody out there. Happy Friday to all. First 100, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll take that. I should probably go for a haircut every 4 weeks, but I definitely push it out longer than I should. So let's go with 5 to 6 weeks. Have a great day, everybody. N6ZAR, back to you.
Alrighty, Scott. Sounds wonderful. Have a good weekend. Wrapping up this list is Doug, and we'll be ready for another round of check-ins. Doug in Homosassa, Florida. WA8CLG, good morning.
This is WA8CLG, everybody. I do a trim myself about once a week, and then go to the barber shop every couple of months, just to keep it looking good. Anyway, everybody have a good day and a good weekend. Thank you, Jeff.
Sounds good, Doug. You have yourself a fine weekend, sir. That wraps up this list here. My name is Jeff with Vicky on the log. Let's go for another round of check-ins. Twice and slowly, please.
Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Sierra. Whiskey 5, Delta, Bravo, Sierra.
Whiskey 7, Echo, Delta, Bravo, Sierra. Echo, November, Charlie.
Level Whiskey 2. Uniform Mobile in and out. Again, that's Whiskey 2. Alpha Foxtrot Uniform Mobile in and out.
Audio level is normal.
Out. Uniform Mobile in and
November 3, Mike Delta Charlie. That's November 3, Mike Delta Charlie, pedestrian mobile.
November 8, Hotel Lima, November, and 8, HLN. W2 KJV, W2 KJV. 8, Sierra Papa Yankee, K8SPY Mobile.
Kilo, Victor, Tango, Kilo Foxtrot 2 Whiskey Victor. Kilo Foxtrot 2 Whiskey Victor. Warren. JD2 QQV. Kilo Delta 2 Quebec. Don.
November Whiskey 3 United NW3U.
KF8 DIC. KF8 Detroit Line.
Whiskey 1 Sierra Sierra. Whiskey 1 Sierra Sierra.
in and out.
Whiskey Papa 4 Victor Whiskey. Whiskey Papa 4 Victor Whiskey.
Kilo Foxtrot 5 India Tango Golf. Kilo Foxtrot 5 India Tango Golf. In and out mobile.
Delta 2, Uniform Golf, Quebec. 2, UTQ, in and out, HT.
Okay, we've got a good list going here. I'm just going to do calls for speed. KT2 or KD2 UGQ, except for IOs, I'll call off. Mike, you were an IO. Thanks for stopping by. Clinton, KF5 ITG, you were an IO as well. Thanks for stopping by. Another IO, Tom, W2AFU, you were an IO. Moving up the list, KM4CTB, WP4VW, DA4JAZ, W2EF, W1SS, KF8 Detroit Rock City, NW3U, K4ITA, KF2WV, KK4VTT, K8SPY, N1CBM, KC2JPQ, W2KJV, N8HLN, N3MDC, W7TNC, KD2QQV, K2DOS, and at the top of the list, W5DBS. Everyone on this list in review. The question of the day is, how often do you get your hair cut? Let's go to David in Houston, Texas. W5DBS, good morning.
Great big Texas howdy to you. Well, I was born with blonde hair, then it turned brown, then it turned black, then it turned gray, then it turned white, now it's turning loose. I go about every 6 weeks, Jeff. Enjoy talking to everybody on the Brew Crew this morning. Keep up the good work.
All righty, David. Stick around for the second cup at the top of the hour. It is 32 minutes past the hour. Let's go to Vincent in New York, KE2DOS.
Vincent from Antwerp, New York, and thanks Jeff and Vicki for being there for us this morning. And my answer to the question is I my own clippers every few weeks. I cut it right down on the lowest setting every few weeks. That's my answer. KE2DOS, back to net.
All right, Vincent, close and smooth. Have a good one. Donald in New York, QQV. Donald, you hearing me this morning? KD2, QQV.
Yes, I'm sorry, KD2QQV. I had to be on my off road, and I had a call come in, and of course that dropped my application here. Okay, yes. So I use a buzzer. Keep it at about 1/4 to 1/2 an inch all around. I do that about, every month, when I see it getting a little bit long, It's very easy to maintain. KD2QQB, good talking to you. I think this is Jeff.
All righty, Donald, we got you down for every 4 weeks. You have a good weekend, sir. Kelly in Billings, Montana. W7TNC, what say you?
Well, good morning, Jeff and the net. Thanks for doing the net, by the way. I developed a crippling anxiety for haircuts for whatever reason about 25 years ago, so I used to cut my hair myself about every week or two, but since the stroke, I haven't been able to cut it, so it's been about 9 months now, so it's getting pretty shaggy. So I'm not sure what it's going to look like here pretty soon. Hope everybody has a great weekend.
W7DNC.
Alrighty, sounds good. You have a good one, Kelly. You know, you can join our band. You'll fit right in. Be that long-haired rock star. Have a good weekend. Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, N3MDC.
Good morning, Jeff. Jeff, first of all, I don't want to scare you and everybody at the brew crew, but I had to go to the ER the other day. My neighbor's dog bit me on the leg back on August 5. We were talking about a game that was going on, and their dog just lunged at me, so had to go to the ER. I'm okay. Had to get a tetanus shot, and I'm on an antibiotic for the next 10 days. That's all I'm going to say right now. I don't get too far into the details, but I'm okay. As far as your question goes, once a month. Back to you, Jeff, in 3MDC.
Alrighty, Michael. Well, boy, oh boy, I hope everything's going good. Yeah, you got to keep on those antibiotics to make sure you don't get any infections, and you got your tetanus shot. Sounds like everything's in order, at least. Heal up and take care of yourself. Have a good day. Let's go to Mike in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, N8HLN.
Good morning, Jeff, Ricky, and the crew. Happy Friday. For me, it would be every 6 weeks. So, everyone have a great weekend. Go ahead.
Alrighty, Mike. Take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by. One of our team members, Tony in Homosassa, W2KJV. How you doing, Tony?
Oh, good morning, Jeff. Sorry for the delay. I get my hair cut about once every 8 weeks. Hope everybody has a great day. Hello to Vicky and Scott, and to you, Jeff, on the Morning Brew. W2KJV.
Alrighty, Tony. Sounds good. You have a good weekend. I'm Jeff, KE0GKF with Vicky on the log, KE8VKY. Let's go to Frank, KC2JPQ.
Good morning, Mr. Fun Button. How you doing, Jeff and Vicky and everybody on the brew? Every 2 months I get a haircut, and we got rain coming in today, Jeff, so I guess I'm going to have to just do some inside house cleaning. That's so exciting. And hopefully you have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you Monday. Have a good weekend, everybody. KC2JPQ.
Alrighty, Frank. Well, have some good indoor stuff to do in the rain. That's always nice to do now and then. And yes, we'll talk to you on the Monday crew. Good morning. Carlos in Hollywood, Florida, N1CBM.
Morning, Jeff, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. A little bit further north than Hollywood. I'm in Tallahassee this morning, starting my drive now to Fort Lauderdale in a couple of hours. 74, high clouds, beautiful morning up here. And it's 3 weeks for me. My hair grows really quick, so 3 weeks, no more than that. And 1 CBM, everyone have a great weekend.
3 weeks it is, Carlos, and motor safely out there on your maneuvers. Scott, Rochester, New York, K8SPY. Going once, going twice. Scott, K8SPY, still with us. Give him a few extra seconds there. Nothing heard from Scott. We'll put him in as an IO for now. Bruce in Kissimmee, Florida, KK4 VTT.
Good morning, one. Good morning, all. Have a great weekend out there and enjoy the day. Enjoy the moment. Funny thing about the shaving and the haircuts, when my father had cancer 20, 30 years ago, he was bald, so we all shaved our heads bald, and I've been shaving my head bald ever since. Just like, so maybe every 3 or 4 weeks, shave every Sunday. And that's my story, I'll stick to it. Hey, you guys out there have a great day. Enjoy the weekend. Kilo 4, Victor Tango Tango. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All righty, Bruce. We got you down as bald. It is having... Excuse me. If you want to join us in the Zoom room, real simple. You go to our website, eastcoastreflector.com. You scroll down to the bottom of the page. There's a little icon that says Zoom room. You click on it. You join us in the Zoom room this morning. Let's go to Warren in New York, KF2VW. Good morning.
Good morning. This is KFWB, and it is a beautiful morning here, and I get my hair cut just about every 2 months because I found a month is too soon. That's just when it's starting to look nice, and 3 months is just way too far. So anyhow, that's what it is here this morning. Everybody take care. This is KF2WB in Ilion, New York. 7-3.
Sounds good, Warren. Have yourself a fine weekend. Leo in Fort Lauderdale, K4ITA.
Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're well. Our repeater today, but yeah, you can be well. But a great day from Fort Lauderdale is 84 degrees and it was I don't have capacity. I take care of it with the cutter.
All right, Leo, you were a little bit in and out of there this morning, but we got it. You have yourself a good weekend. David in Garner, North Carolina, NW3. Good morning. Hey there, David. Try it again. NW3U. Well, maybe try again there, David. I'm going to move on. Jack, KF8, Detroit Rock City. How you doing?
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicki and all. Every 4.5 weeks. And that's all I have for you, Jeff. Vicki, have a good weekend. KF8, DIC.
All righty, Jack. Good talking to you again. Michael in Florida, W1SS. Good morning.
This is W1SS. Want everyone. We'll be down 26 weeks. tails get pushed, and that's got 73 to all. This is W1SS back.
Sounds good, Michael. Thanks for checking in on Fireside Network this morning. Chuck in Lancaster, New York, W2EM.
Good morning, crew. You can put me for about 6 weeks or whenever I have to adjust my headband. Usually my wife is my hairdresser, and she tells me, okay, go get the chair and sit down, and then we go and do it. So, rainy day here in New York, so 73 everybody. Back to net, W2EM.
Alrighty, Chuck, we appreciate you stopping by. It's 46 minutes past the hour. Everyone stay connected at the top of the hour, repeaters and nodes, and everyone stay connected because the second cup is coming up. It's Friday. Alton in Virginia, KA4, JAZ, good morning.
Good morning to Net Control, the Brew Crew. I originally checked in just for in and out. However, since you called on me, I'll cut my face. So, there you go. KA4JA, Net Control.
Alrighty, Alton, sorry about that. We didn't have you checked as an IO, but hey, you were still there. Have a good morning. Milton in Shenandoah, Texas, WP4VW, over to you.
Buenos días, mi amigo, to you and everybody listening. Thanks for the folks who, all of you who the net every single day, so thank you for that. I am going to say I feel that the military guy that still lives in me does a haircut every 2 weeks. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there. Have a blessed weekend. WP4 Victor Whiskey. Adios.
2 weeks, keeping her nice and trimmed. Have a good one, Milton. Donnie in Jacksonville, Florida, KM4, CTB.
Good morning, Jeff. Picking it at KM4 CTB Donnie in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. Every 4 to 6 weeks is done for me. Have a good weekend, Jeff. KM4 CTB. Back to net.
Alrighty, Donnie. Thanks for stopping by. Have a fine weekend. We had Terry, Florida, and Joel came in via the text line while we were taking those check-ins. Let's add to that with some radio check-ins right now. Twice and slowly, please.
Romeo, Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo Terry, State Oregon, AE7MR.
Charlie 5 Charlie Zulu X-ray, KC5CZX. 3MPE and 3MPE.
Kilo 9er Tango Bravo Delta, Mobile, K9 TBD, Mobile.
Kilo Quebec 4 Oscar Romeo Kilo, KQ4 ORK Mobile, in and out. Have a great weekend, everybody.
KO4QMM, KO4QMM, pedestrian mobile.
Kilo Oscar 4 Indian QIWM.
WB2DOF, WB2DOF.
Kilo Delta
Delta 2, Uniform Tango Juliet. Kilo Delta 2, Uniform Tango Juliet.
W4 PPX in and out. W4 PPX in and out. KE4 NTG. KE4 NTG in and out, and a hello to W4 PPX.
Charlie Oscar Echo, Great Western Australia, BK3, Charlie Oscar Echo, Great.
Okay, I'll grab it. We've got a nice long list here that'll take us out. These K3COE Andrew, looks like a new station. KE4NTG Walter. W4PP Don, you were in IO this morning, and also were you, Barry. KQ4ORK. Both of you guys, thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend. KD2UTJ, WB2DOF, KO4IHM, 2IWN, KO4QMM, K9TBD, N3MPE, KC5CZX, WB8ODF, 87MR, KC2GRN, K5YNU, N5RTC at the top of the list. But before we get to you, Terry, we've got one mobile. That's you, Joel. K9TBD. Joel and everyone on the list, how often do you get your hair cut? Good morning, Joel.
Hi, Jeff and all the crew. It takes me more than 5 seconds to blow my hair dry. That means I get a haircut. It's not timed. The other is when my wife says you need a haircut, or when I say I need a haircut. It's a no timing thing. Back to Nat, K9TBD.
All right, well, we're trying to go by time, but I guess, Joel, have a good one. Motor safely out there. To the top of the list, Terry in Austin, N5 RTC.
Good morning, Jeff, Vicky, and Morning Brewers. Every 5 to 7 weeks, N5 RTC back to net control.
All righty, Terry, stick around at the top of the hour. You know what's coming up, and everyone else is the second cup in about 8 minutes. Florida, K5YU.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Vicky. Everyone on the Morning Brew. Well, put me down for once a month. If you want to have a blast weekend coming up, make some great memory with your family. K5YU Mobile.
Sounds good, Florida. Motor safely out there. Have a good weekend. Joel in New York, KC2GRN.
Good morning, Jeff and Vicky and everybody on the Morning Brew. KC2GRN. And answer to the question, it is once a month. Once a month. Everybody have a great Friday and a great weekend. KC2GRN back to net.
Sounds good, Joel. Have yourself a fine one. I hope I'm not keying with somebody. Somebody else was keying there. Terry, AE7MR in Oregon. Over to you.
Neil, thank you for bringing me in because you can't pick me up. I rarely have my hair cut. I was raised Latter-day Saint, and it was always right up against the skin, and I hated having the top of my ears burned. So once I got control of my own hair, I started letting it grow. before my gallbladder surgery 8 years ago. It was past my backside, and my beard was past my navel. So I go for the old scruffy old hillbilly Vic. Alpaca 7 Mike Romeo back.
Letting her grow out. All right. Terry, have a good weekend. Dave in Ypsilanti. Doing this morning, Dave. WB8 ODF.
Well, good morning, Jeff and Vicki and Scott. I tried to get in on your check-in, Scott, earlier this morning. Just couldn't make it through. My father was a barber, and in the 70s, he said, "What do you want to look like, these hippies?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And since his passing, I've been cutting my own hair, and I do it whenever I feel like vacuuming out all the hair in the sink. So I do my own hair, and I'm happy with it. It just takes like an hour. WB8 ODF.
All right, Dave, sounds good. We're going to call it speed round right now because it's 3 minutes to the top of the hour and we've got some check-ins. So just the answer would be great. It's speed round, Daryl. KC5CZX, good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the brew. Every 8 to 10 weeks, thereabouts. So back to that, KC5CZX.
All righty, sounds good, Daryl. You have yourself a good weekend, sir. N3MPE, Sam, it's speed round. Good morning.
Today, Mike. I'd say about every 12 to 16 weeks, I'm still a hippie at age 73, Woodstock, New York, and 3MPE, Pflugerville, Texas. Good day.
Peace, love, and hippie stuff. Have a good one, Sam. Let's go to Roger, KO4, QMM. Over to you.
On the Amtrak train.
Well, good morning, Jeff and Vicki, everybody on the Brew Crew. My wife Ann's been cutting my hair for 40 years, and I get it cut every 5 to 6 weeks. 73 all, enjoy your day, K82 IWN.
Sounds like a plan, Tim. Have a good weekend, and thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, everyone, the second cup's coming up as soon as I can get through the rest of these here. We've got 4 or 5 left, and we'll be done. KO4IHM, good morning.
Good morning, Jeff, and everyone on the net. We get a haircut once a month, and hope everybody has a great weekend. KO4IHM.
Sounds good, Donald. Thanks for stopping by. Howie, it's speed round. Just need the answer. WB2DOF. Good morning.
Every WB.
Alrighty, sounds good. Have yourself a good weekend. Let's go to Bill, KD2UTJ. Good morning.
Good morning. I just buzz it every couple days, and I wish it would stop growing. KD2UTJ.
righty, Bill. Have a fun weekend. Let's go to Walter in Hollywood, Florida, KE4NTG.
I'm on the Amtrak.
It's KE4NTG. Sorry, I heard some other traffic in there. Yes, I cut my hair when my wife told me it looked shaggy. Everybody have a good weekend. Stay safe. It's KE4NTG back to net control.
Alrighty, sounds good. Have yourself a good weekend, Walter. Looks like a new station. Hopefully, I think we have it right. VK3COE over in Australia. Good morning from the USA.
COE returning good morning over there. Time here is 23:01 on a Friday night, 51 degrees. I get my hair cut every 3 or 4 weeks by my wife or daughter, number 2 all round. New to the net, my name is Andy, Alpha November Delta Yankee. I'll sit down because it's Friday. Football's finished and this sounds like a good net. Over.
Well, Andrew, you're new to the system, it looks like, and new to the net. Check in more often. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, except national holidays, from 7 in the morning till 9 in the morning, East Coast time. So stick around or come back more often and check us out at eastcoastreflector.com. Looks like you may have a good email address on QRZ, so look for a welcome letter from us as well. To wrap up the net is John in Mystic, Connecticut, N2YFA. Put a bow on the net for us, John. Good morning.
Yeah, I don't know why everybody inverts 2 letters in my call. N2FYA. And hello, Jeff, Vicki, and everybody in the net here. The answer is every 4 to 6 weeks. Back to net. We won't tie it up. Have a good one, everyone.
And I inverted them too. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why I do that when I look at it. John, have a good morning. Everyone, it was a great net. We had 142 check-ins. We still have almost 500 connections, so we know you're out there. Okay, so stay connected. Stick around for the second cup coming up right now. On behalf of Vicki, Scott, everyone else in the Zoom room this morning, the whole Friday team. 7-3, everybody. Scott will put a second delay in for stations that need to connect and disconnect. So stick around and stay connected to the second cup. Have a good weekend, everybody. KE0GKF, we're out of here.
Good morning, everyone. This is the other Scott in 7FGP, and I'm here in Jamestown, New York, where it's currently 72 degrees, and it looks cloudy and like it's going to rain today. I'm here with Vicki, KE8VKY, and welcome to the second cup. So with the second cup, we slow things down a bit after the fast pace of the morning brew. We don't really have any question, and we just move a little bit slower. We have more time to talk to each other a little bit. And as always, let us know what is on your mind this morning. And so if you can answer or expand on the morning brew question, if you like. And, you know, that was one of the things that came up in my mind is how often do you get your hair cut? Then I kind of thought back, remember back in the day with the Flowbee? They actually still make those, I guess. You hook it up to your vacuum and comb your hair and it cuts it. So I always thought that was kind of interesting. Well, it's also
National Purple Heart Day and National Lighthouse Day, National Water Balloon Day, National Raspberries and Cream Day, and National Sea Serpent Day. That's kind of an unusual one. It's also International Beer Day, and that's always on the first Friday of August each year. So let us know what your plans are for the weekend, and let's see. I guess it's time to take some check-ins. Now, as always, if you want, you can text your call sign in. Just text your call sign to 716-317-9050. Or you can also email your call sign to text@ecr.radio. All right, so if you'd like to check in, I just need your call sign twice and slowly. Be sure to let us know if you're mobile, and we'll get you a little bit sooner. So, call sign twice and slowly. Call now.
KF4 ONH, Kilo, Foxtrot 4, Oscar, November Hotel, no mobile.
NTG, portable.
QQV, Kilo Delta 2, Quebec, Victor. 511.
Kilowatt 9er, Tango Bravo Delta Mobile, K9 TBD Mobile.
KF8 GTW, KF8 GTW.
All right, let me see who we have here. We have David in Toledo, Ohio, KF8 GTW. Hey, David, I see you there in the Zoom room, too. I have Joel, K9 TBC, who's mobile. Joel, we'll get to you in a bit here. Donald in Ellenville, New York, KD2QQV. We have Walter, mobile in Hollywood, Florida, KE4NTG. We have Paul in Gainesville, Florida, KF4ONH. We have team member Gil in Orlando, K4GDS via the text line. At the top, we have Bob in Ecorse, Michigan, KQ8U. Let's get to these mobile stations first, and that's going to be Paul in Gainesville, Florida, KF4ONH. Good morning, Paul, and what are your plans for the weekend, and what's up with you today? Over to you, Paul.
Good morning, everybody. This is KF4ONH in Gainesville, Florida. Excuse me. Well, I don't have much planned for this weekend. Just maybe play radio, hang out at the house, so forth. And as far as haircuts, about every 3 weeks here. Appreciate you getting me aboard. You're doing a great job. Appreciate what you're doing there. KF4ONH.
Right, Paul. Well, you have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. All right, let's go to Walter in Hollywood, Florida, KE4NTG. Good morning, Walter.
Good morning to you, good morning to Vicky and the rest of the brewers out there and all the second cuppers. This is, like I said, KE4NTG in Hollywood, Florida, where it's 83 degrees, mostly sunny, but we're gearing up for thunderstorms in the afternoon like we have for the past week and a half. My weekend plans are, my wife and I were going to go out to the Keys, but it looks like it's going to rain, so probably just going to go to Orlando to visit the kids. So with that being said, I'll hand it back over to you. Thanks for running the net here and everybody in the background that's doing that. And everybody have a blessed day. This is KE4NTG, Hollywood, Florida, back to net control.
All right, Walter. Yeah, you know, I would like to visit the Keys. I think that's one place I've not been to, so it's going to be on the list of things to do. Well, Walter, you have a great day today, and mobile safely out there. Let's go to Joel, who's also mobile in Easton, Pennsylvania, K9 TBD. Good morning, Joel. How are you today? And any big plans for the weekend? Over to you.
Morning, Scott and everybody. Plans for the weekend? We'll probably do some more birding, which we're doing right now. We're on the Bushkill Creek, and we're not seeing too many birds this morning. The answer to the original question this morning was how often you get your hair cut, and I answered in a nebulous fashion. During COVID, I didn't. For about a year, it really got awful. And then afterwards, I don't know, when I felt like I needed it, I never timed it, probably 6 weeks. So we're going to find another birding place for this weekend. It's really stinking hot right now. It's 79 degrees and 79% humidity. We're not going to be walking out in the woods. So back to net, K9 TBD.
Well, it sounds like it's a pretty warm day out there, and that humidity, that's what gets you, I think. Let's see. Yeah, you know, I used to, back when I was growing up, if I could see my ears, my hair was too short. So now if I touch in my ears, I start to get a little twitchy on it. So I try to keep it a little bit shorter than back in the old days. So. All right, Joel, well, you have a great day today, and good luck with the birding. Sounds like fun. I used to like to go out and shoot a lot of pictures of birds myself. So, all right, let's go to the top of the list here. That was our mobile stations. Let's go to Bob in Ecorse, Michigan, KQ8U. Good morning, Bob. How are you, and any big plans for the weekend?
Morning, Scott, Vicki. We got a car show today. It might rain, but I've been busy killing mud dauber wasps in my shack the past few days. I get like one a day. I couldn't how they're getting in here. And I realized there's a couple conduit openings in the house. I thought I had them plugged up with cotton and stuff like that. Evidently, they're still getting through. But I guess I got this little ball coming, hanging outside on the awning. It's got something to track something. It's like a hobby, killing wasps in the house. Everybody have a great weekend. KQ8U, back in that.
Yeah, you know, when I lived in Houston, we used to get a lot of the mud daubers like that in our utility room, and they would build little nests, and yeah, it was always fun trying to track them down. And they have a pretty good little bite to them, too, so I tried to avoid that. One of the cool things, I always want to get one of those little guns that shoots salt, and yeah, it's called what? I think it's assault, and you can shoot the flying insects with it. I thought that would be a good sport. All right, let's go to team member Gil in Orlando, Florida, K4 GDS. Good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everyone on the Reflector this morning. We're down here in a very soggy Orlando. We got 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, and the fifth wheel is essentially sitting in a mud puddle. I can't wait to get out of here on Sunday. And the place we're going to has concrete pads, so it'll be a definite improvement. Other than that, not a lot going on this weekend. I have a feeling rain might get in the way of POTA tomorrow, but I'll give it a shot if the weather holds in the morning. And starting to look forward to our next road trip. We're heading up to Chattanooga in October. Looking forward to cooler weather, maybe a change of color, and just a nice weekend away. K4 GDS, back to that.
All right, Gil. Yeah, I know having the fifth wheel or RV out there in some of those places where they don't have the concrete pads and you get the mud and the rain, yeah, that's miserable sometimes. All right, Gil, thanks for checking in this morning, and you have a great weekend. Let's go to Donald in Ellenville, KD2QQV. Good morning, Donald.
Good morning, KD2Q. Hello, everybody out there. Yeah, I'm out here in Ellenville. I'm out of Portable. Beautiful. I'm in my, where I live. I got a beautiful, the southern southwest, southeast guys. And we have 74 degrees right now. It feels like 70. We have hardly no wind speed, but the direction is at 139 degrees southeast. We have humidity at 98%. We have pressure at 30.15 inches. The dew point very high, 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Visibility is about 6.2 miles. Cloud cover is at 12%. Very, beautiful day out here. I couldn't ask for a better day to be outdoors. So, I'm not doing too much. Oh, and talking about the Purple Heart Day, yes, in New York State, we have the Purple Heart Highway. We have the Purple Heart Highway. It's Interstate 87 for all you truckers out there. All right, this is KD2QQV, back to net control.
Right, Donald. Well, you have a good weekend. I'm thinking I might take a little trip, short little trip over to Dunkirk this weekend. It's International Lighthouse Day today, and go visit the lighthouse over there. It's going to be kind of rainy here, I think, all weekend, off and on, but not bad. So let's go to David in Toledo, Ohio, KF8 GTW. Good morning, David.
Good morning, everybody. So let's see, what have I got going? And my mother-in-law is turning 89 today, so we're gonna go see her when my wife gets off work, and so we're gonna do that. We've got our grandbaby. She's 6 years old, so she keeps us busy. We'll have her this weekend, and yeah, it's gonna be good. Weather-wise, I think it's gonna be nice here. So that's going to be nice. We had some rain, but not too bad. And yeah, pool's looking good, although it's been cool, so the water's getting a little cooler than I like. But who knows? It's going to be a great weekend anyway. So yeah, it's going. So I'll say 73. Send it back to the net. This is KF8 CTW. Yeah.
Oh, that was interesting. I'm not sure what that was exactly. So, all right. Well, let me tell you who we have here. We have WW0NV, the text line. Let's go ahead and get some more RF check-ins. If you want to check in via radio, now is your chance. Just leave your call sign twice and slowly. And if you're mobile, let us know, and we'll get you a little bit sooner. Please call now.
Victor Echo 3, Tango Golf November. Victor Echo 3, Tango Golf November. Portable, Winston, Canada, Tim. Name is Tim. Back to net control. Whiskey Delta 8, Papa India Charlie. WD8PIC.
QV again. RS. I am on RS, believe it or not. So yeah, I'm checking back in. And that interstate is 84. Interstate 84. It's the Dwight D. Eisenhower also interstate system. All right. Thank you very much. I will go to the net.
KD2IWN, KD2IWN.
Good morning, this is Vicky, K8VKY, and also with Scott M7F. We had you in there, Donald, KD2QQV, good, thanks for stopping by. We also have Jim from Hamburg, New York, KD2IWN. As we call him, Sylvania Bob, BD8, PIC. Windsor, Ontario, Tim, VE3TGN, and from Germantown, Maryland, we've got WW0M. Kenny, you're up first. What do you have going on this weekend?
Good morning, Vicki and everybody. We're leaving early in the morning, heading to Indianapolis to spend the week with our niece and nephew. It's the first week of school in Hamilton County, Indiana, so it's a little early for what I was used to, but we've made a family tradition to head down there for the first day of school for our niece and nephew, and so we're going to visit them and have a nice vacation, and then come back the following week. But yeah, that's what we got going on this weekend. Hopefully it's going to be nice weather for the drive, but otherwise we'll stay dry in the car. That's about it. Everybody have a great week. I look forward to talking with people again soon. Back to you, Vicki. This is WW0M.
Yeah, that's really soon. I think start after Labor Day. So you're a month ahead of us, but thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good weekend. Enjoy your vacation. Tim, VE3TGN.
Morning there, Vicky there, and your daughter too. Yeah, I just got back from Bravo Beach there, and I took the swim there in Georgia Bay. It was nice, and that had one big storm, but other than that, I am get by this humid weather here in winter. I like to stay there all summer and come back to the fall and that. So have a good night and thanks for picking me up there. This is B3TGN Portable Road. Hey, back to Nick and from 78th Street Drive. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, I remember you checking in not too long ago. You were out with your son, if I recall, and you sounded like you were having a very good time. So thanks for stopping by. Next up, Bob, WD8 PIC.
Okay. Well, I don't have too much to add. My mate Brian is going up to Cedarville, Michigan, to a camp up there by the bridge and by the UP bridge. So I'll be for about 8 days. So I'll be by myself for a while, starting with early tomorrow morning. And he's making sure that I have plenty of food and other things, so I'm well taken care of, which I appreciate. Being totally blind and, having some special low salt needs. I'm doing good. I've got other friends that I can depend upon, and of course the wonderful world of ham radio, which I appreciate. So it's in the 70s here in just a beautiful day here. We had some rain last night and yesterday, and we'll see if we end up getting any today. Back to net control. Everyone have a great rest of the day, and I've got nothing planned. I'm trying to work out church transportation since Brian normally takes me, and he'll be on. I'm got a couple of friends working that out for me. happens. And other than that, why, then I got another friend coming over tomorrow to help me out with a few things that he does every Saturday. So, and I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the week. I'll just have to wait and find out, I guess. Back to net control, and thanks a lot, Vicki, for doing what you're doing. WD8PIC.
Consider you're only a few miles from me. Don't ask for too much rain. And this goes out to anybody. The ECR Zoom room is at ecr.radio/Zoom, and it's open 24/7. You guys are always welcome to come in if you're just bored, need a little company, or just want to hang out. Again, that's ecr.radio/Zoom. And one more plug for right now. The Reflector magazine is out. There's some pretty good articles in there. Randy's got one on how to back up an SD card on an Astronode and how to restore it when yours does die. And you can get that at ecr.radio/magazine. All right, next up is Tim, KD2IWN.
Morning, Vicki and everybody on the brew crew this morning, second cup. Not much going on right now. We'll have some plans this weekend. We're going to definitely be going out to dinner tomorrow night at a nice fancy place on the lake here, down at Lake Erie, with the family, so that'll be fun. So my wife hurt her back, and she's down and out right now. We were going to go do our local town is having their town-wide garage sale. We like to do that once a year, wander around and do some stuff and look for a couple of trinkets and treasures if we can find them. But I think that might not happen this year if she can't get up and get around. So Saturday might be just be dinner. Sunday, not except for my wife, and hopefully she can get up for that. No, she'll make herself go to that. Our future daughter-in-law's wedding shower is this Sunday. So she's excited about getting that, and I'm sure my future daughter-in-law is excited too. My son gets married next month, so busy time, lots going on. A little bit of rain around western New York, but we need it. It's dry. We could use it. The crops can use it. My lawn can use it. So we're okay with a little bit of rain today. That's about it that's going on with me. I already answered this morning's question. So we're good there. Back at it here at work, and we'll be tying some inductors down to a board for vibration testing here this morning. So that's what I'm working on as we speak. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. 73 KD2IWN.
Thank you, Tim. I hope your weight gets better soon. It's got to be hard. Let's stand and choose a WR.
Good morning, Vicki. Everybody on net this morning. Let me make sure I'm in my audio sweet spot here. Nothing. I just wanted to check in, say good morning to everybody. Hope everybody has a good weekend. My wife's got PT today, so we'll be out for that, shopping, and we could have rain anytime, all weekend long, so probably do a little bit of indoor activities. But I just wanted to wish everybody a happy weekend, happy, healthy weekend. And back to net control into ZWR 73s to everybody. Have a great weekend.
You have a good weekend as well. On the text line, we also have K4PGAF. And we're going to turn it over to Scott on 7FGP. We're going to take some more check-ins. This is Vicky K8VKI. More check-ins, twice as slowly, please.
A is 4DB, Z is 4DB mobile. Kilo Charlie 5, Charlie Zulu X-ray, KC5CZX.
Delta 2 Kilo Alpha Kilo Mobile in and out. Delta 2 Kilo Alpha Kilo Mobile in and out.
This is N4UKM, N4UKM, in and out.
Well, this is Scott N7FGB along with Vicky KE8VKY. And let me tell you who we got on that round. We have Russell in Beach, Florida, N4UKM, in and out. Thank you for checking in, Russell. We also had Brian in Carthage, New York, KD2KAK, in and out. Brian, thank you for checking in. Okay, let's see. We also have Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC5. We have Danny, who's mobile in South Africa, ZS4DB. Danny, we'll get to you in just a second. And via the text line, we had Perry in Leesburg, Florida, K4PEJM. All right, let's go to our mobile station, Danny in South Africa, ZS4DB. Good morning, Danny. And what are your plans for the weekend? Over to you.
Oh, good morning to all on frequency. Thank you for letting me onto the net. Highly appreciated. It's been a rough couple of weeks with work. So this week on my plate is absolutely nothing. Hopefully get some nice DXs tomorrow morning. Gonna try some HFDX and see what bands I can keep busy in South Africa. It's currently about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Lovely day, and we're slowly exiting winter, so we're expecting a bit more sunshine on this side. Back to net control and 70 on frequency from ZS4DB Mobile.
All right, Danny. Well, you have a great weekend and enjoy that relaxing time doing nothing. All right, let's go up to the top of the list, and that's going to be with Perry in Leesburg, Florida, K4PJM. Good morning, Perry, and have a good day. Any big plans for the weekend? Over to you.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the second cup. No, nothing really planned. We've been traveling for almost the last 2.5 months, so it's going to be getting the house straightened out, clothes put away, all that kind of thing needs to be done over the weekend. So we're just going to try to catch up a little bit, get some yard work done. That's going to be the big focus for the rest of the weekend, but not too much. A little tired from a lot of driving. We do appreciate you guys having the net every morning. It's really great. It's fun to listen to again now that I'm back home. So this is K4PJM, back to the net. Everybody have a fantastic and safe weekend.
All right, Perry. Hey, do you head north for the summer there to get kind of away from some of the heat there in Florida? Over to you.
Yeah, we did actually. We went up to visit the kids, and a lot of friends and relatives went up to Connecticut, up to New Hampshire, Vermont, and Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, to see my aunt. So we got a chance to see a lot of people that we haven't seen for over a year. So it was a great trip. It was a little cooler. It was a little bit of a shock when we got back to Florida, but we're getting the rain right now, which we need desperately. The lake here is way low, so we need to got to put up with the extra rain. Hope to get about a foot, actually. Would be nice. But now as we do, go north, try to stay cool with an RV. Back to you.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan there. So, all right, Perry, thank you for checking in with us today, and you have a great weekend. I want to remind you, on Saturday nights, don't forget to tune in for the Trivia Net here at 10 p.m. Eastern with Alex, W7FTM. It's always a fun net to join and listen to. All right, let's go to Daryl in Lubbock, Texas, KC5CZX. Good morning, Daryl. How are you today, and any big plans for the weekend?
Good morning to everybody on the second cup. No plans for the weekend. I have moved my hours back to the overnight shift. That's where the money is. And that's what I'll be doing now. And another shameless plug for ECR.radio/KC5CZX. For those of you who want to build your own all-star node, you will find your own parts list there. So back to net, KC5CZX.
Hey, you know, Daryl, I keep meaning to check that out and see what you got listed on there. Do you have instructions or just parts? I guess I can pull it up and see. Over to you, Daryl.
No instructions, just parts list. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. Go ahead.
There are a lot of YouTube videos out there on building nodes. All right, I'm going to check that here in just a bit. And thank you for checking in this morning. And I think, let's see, you're on the new coaster list. Isn't that correct?
Yes, sir, I am. I've had about four or five QSOs so far.
All right, well, very good. And so if you're out there looking for contacts on your quest, Daryl is out there as a new coaster, KC5CZX. So make sure you look for him, or if you hear him, check him out. All right, via the text line, we also have Roy in Blaisdell, New York, KA8BY. You have Leo in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, K4ITA. Let's see if there's anybody out there on the radio. If you would like to check in, we just need your call sign twice, then slowly, and be sure to let us know if you're mobile, and we'll get to you a bit sooner, so call now.
Charlie Oscar Echo, Australia, VK3, Charlie Oscar Echo, Great Western Australia.
KF0UWE, KF0UWE, mobile.
The K3FC, the K3 Fox, Sierra Tango, in and out.
3MPE and 3MPE. KK7WAQ, KK7WAQ, mobile, in and out.
Mobile.
Hello again, this is Vicky, KAVKY. We've got mobile Douglas, KK7WAQ. We've got Sam from Pflugerville. I just like saying Pflugerville, although you need to get the P out of Pflugerville. And 3MPE. From Victoria, Australia, VK3FST, and out. Thanks for stopping by. From Bellevue, Nebraska, and KF0UWE, thanks for stopping by. We've got from Ellenville, New York, Donald. We'll get back to you in a second. I thought you had said earlier what you wanted to. I didn't mean to brush you off, so we'll get back to you. We've got VK3COE, who QRZ isn't recognizing, so we'll get back to you in a minute. Roy, KA8BYU, and Leo, K4ITA, in on the text line. So first we're going to go to Douglas, KK7WAQ.
morning to you and all. Thanks for doing the net. I wasn't in and out, but yeah, I didn't hear the question of the morning or anything. But good morning to everybody, and have an awesome day. KK7WAQ.
Yeah, and I even marked you as in and out, and we still called on you. But thanks for stopping by. But this is the second cup. If this is your first time here, it's much more laid back, no question. A lot of people tend to answer the morning brew question, but just whatever's on your mind. But again, thanks for stopping by, and stop back again sometime. Let's go up to Donald, KD2QQV.
You, Vicky, this is KD2QQV back again. And yeah, I'm responding to the gentleman that was talking about you building your own nodes. I built my own nodes. I got 2 nodes. Actually, I got 4 nodes, but I got 2 server nodes. I got one in the cloud in a data center that, you know, will probably never crash unless the data center goes down. And then I got one at home that I built myself. I built them both, basically. And right now they're both linked. They're linked right now. And the website is allstar.kd2qqv.net. That's my server. So there you go. All right. That's not my home server. That would be the cloud server. My home server would be kd2qv.ddns.net. So yeah, it's very, you know, if you get into this and start, you know, building your own nodes, you know, it's not like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to run into some interesting configurations and programming. So yeah, you know, it can be a challenge, but it's pretty straightforward. So, but it depends how you want to set it up. And as for where I'm going, this weekend I'm going to Bashkill. It's one of the New York State's largest, or possibly the United States' largest marshlands. And it's a county over from me. And they have, you know, it's beautiful out there. So I'm going to go out there and enjoy myself. All right. Back over to the net. Thank you. KD2QQV.
All right, thank you, Donald, and have a good weekend. We're going to go up to Leo, K4ITA. How are you doing this weekend?
Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to Scott also. How are you doing, Scott? Today I'm using Echolink. There was something going on before with the internet connection on my side. I don't know if it was the repeater or something. So I'm not taking a chance. I'm using Echolink, which works very well. Everybody, a great day and a week. Well, not really a lot going on. As always, the usual. Weekend always busy in the business, and so not a lot of time for my HF activity yet. Still working in the shack to fix some antenna. Hopefully in a couple of weeks I will be able to go back to my favorite activity in radio after the East Coast Reflector, which is contesting and DX, but still waiting for that. Still to do some stuff and not enough time. Back to you, Vicky. Everybody, a great weekend. Bye, Scott. K4ITA. 1 second. Sorry. I need to disconnect. Oh, my goodness.
No problem. We could hear you, and you sounded good. We could hear the radio in the background just a little bit, so you had a little bit of an echo, but you still sounded good, and we're glad you stopped by. Roy, K8BYU.
Good morning, Vicky, Scott, and everybody on the second cup, KAAPYU. Yeah, I don't really have too much planned for the weekend. Got to kind of take it easy and that. But did Scott say the trivia night at 10? I thought it was 11. All kinds of fun. But yeah, just got to take it easy this weekend and just relax and recuperate. So that's what the plans are. Just sitting here with the kids, isn't that? Both of them haven't, really left my side since I got home yesterday. They're good kids. Cap on. Back to you.
Have fun with the cats, of course. Not sure what he said, but the trivia net is from 11 to 1. Have a good weekend. And we found out your name, Andy, VK3COE.
Yeah, g'day, Vicky and Scott. VK3COE, Andy here. Yeah, live at a farm just near Great Western in Victoria, Australia. Nearly midnight. Midnight here on a Friday night. We're in late winter, early spring here. There are some jonquils flowering, but temperature outside is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And tomorrow, being Saturday, we're into the last couple of rounds of the football season. So I may go into town, have a look at the local footy match. My wife and I are on the farm alone this weekend. Our daughter and her boyfriend are going down to the coast to Torquay, which is a coastal place on the Victorian coast. And we've got a couple of horses here. I do HF, a lot of HF. And this is my first time on this net. You seem a welcoming bunch, as I found with the United States for 2 years there with the Australian Navy, and had a good time. So it's great to make contact with the US again. Thanks for doing what you're doing, and I'll listen through until probably after midnight here. Back to net control in 73 all out.
Good to have you, Andy. You're welcome anytime. You guys are, midnight, and it's winter. Forget winter. Here when we have winter, we're talking a few feet of snow, so I'm still keeping that in the background for a while. All right, we've also got, since you didn't show up on this for whatever reason, if you go to ecr.radio/welcome, there's a little bit of a brochure in there that tells you everything about the system. And if you'd ever like, you can go to radio/Zoom and stop by and see everybody. And welcome to the system. Next up is Sam, N3PE.
Hi, Vicky. I just want to know that you sound just like the book author, Annie Jacobson. Anyway, Annie Jacobson, remember that name? Also, is there somewhere I can go to see these people from Australia and from South Africa? And I talk to missionaries every day in Durban, South Africa. And I was born in Washington, D.C., and when I grew up in the States, and then I met my wife, who's in Australia, and lived in Australia for the rest of my life until we came here to live with our daughter in Pflugerville, Texas. So I don't know. I'm outside, and so I can get good reception on this radio. And I didn't have pen and paper with me, but is there some way I can look up some of these people from South Africa, and especially Australia? I would really like that somehow. I don't expect you to do that for me. Is there some way I can, I don't know, I guess we should be more prepared to do these nets. Anyway, don't forget to look up Annie Jacobson, and
Thank you, Sam. I'm going to look into that. Yeah, I get that every once in a while that I sound like someone, but it's interesting. It's somebody different every time. You can go to ecr.radio/logs, and you can follow along on the log. And there's a little symbol there that will take you to the QRZ page. This will be up, this blog will be up for the rest of the day. And then whatever net is on it keeps it for that one day. All right, this is Vicky, K8VKY. It was Scott, N7FG. Get over to him in a second and let him finish off the net. But first, take some more check-ins twice slowly.
All right. Well, it looks like it's slowing down here a little bit. I think that last station, I think that was Terry there in Junction City, Oregon. You were real scratchy, not quite making it in the repeater. You want to try again? Over to you.
Movement here a couple inches in the room here. I'm in the senior living center, so I got a lot of building around me here. This is Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo, Terry, Junction City, Oregon. Back to you, net control.
All right, Terry. Yeah, that made a big difference there. You're much better that time. So we'll get to you in just a second. But first of all, let's see if there are any more people out there that want to check in via the radio. We're running out of time here, so this is going to be the last call for check-ins for today. So if you'd like to check in, call sign twice and slowly, please.
Net control. Right here. I'll be in a couple.
All right. Well, we had a station there in Houston. Mike Sierra was about all we got there. You were just not quite making the repeater. We did hear that you were in and out, but if you want to give us your call sign, try it again, we'll get you on the log. So, station in Houston ending in Mike Sierra. Call sign twice and slowly, please.
Yeah, this is Whiskey 2, Mike Sierra, W2MMS.
All right, Charles, W2MMS in and out in Houston, Texas. It says Monroe, North Carolina, but I saw you coming in on the Houston repeater there. So it also looks like you're new to the net, so welcome, and you have a great day and a great weekend. Let's go up here, and Terry, you're going to put the wrappers on it today. 87 Mike Romeo. Terry, over to you, and any big plans for the weekend?
Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo. Just thought I'd check back in again. I was checked in earlier. And that, the repeater that I'm coming in on is the 44450, just north of Beltline in Eugene, Oregon. So that's probably why I'm a little scratchy, is because I'm probably on the edge of that repeater being out here in Junction. Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo. Thank you for bringing them in because you can't pick me up. Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo, back to net control. Where else can we take us up and not leave the ranch? Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo, back.
W2, sub HJV.
All right, Anthony, we got you on the log there. We'll get to you in a second. Terry, you know, remember that spot you're at right now because you sound great right there. And, you know, that's my old area there, UJ. Well, I'm a little from a little bit farther south is where I spent most of my time, but I did live in Eugene there for a bit, and my son he lives out there in Springfield, I saw. We also have Douglas, KK7WAQ, that checked in mobile from Springfield, so I like to hear the Oregon people, and, I would like to hear more Oregon people check in with me on Monday nights when we have the night shift net, and that starts at 9:30 Eastern time, so 6:30 out there on the West Coast. I'd love to have more West Coast people check in, and it's a rag shoe net, so we've got a couple where we just get to talk back and forth, and usually I'll have some topic that we discuss and get everybody's input on it. So, well, Terry, thank you for checking in today, and anything else for the net before I move on to Anthony? Back to you, Terry.
Mike Romeo. I went on Google Earth the other day and looked at the ranch there in Utah where I grew up, and Google Earth actually puts my mother's name property on their Google Maps. Couldn't believe it. It was crazy. It's Highway 89 in Utah is where I grew up until I was 12 years old. Been in Oregon since I was 12 years old. So anyway, we'll give it back to that. Thank you for picking me up here. Well, I should say bringing me in because you can't pick me up. Alpha Echo 7 Mike Romeo back to net control and the group AE7MR.
All right, Terry. Well, thanks for checking in today. Oh, and I also want to thank Roy there, KA8BYU, for picking up on that. I'm still on Central Time after moving from Texas, so that's why I said the Saturday Trivia Net does start at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. So, anyhow, thank you for picking that up on me. Let's go, and Anthony, W2AJV. Well, you're going to tie the bow on it today, Anthony. Any big plans for the weekend? And sending it over to you.
Yes, good morning, W2AJV. Well, as soon as I wake up, I'm waiting for 2 radios to come in this weekend. Actually, 3, but one I'm putting away for a backup. I'm waiting for my TYT, Titera 9600 to come in, and I'm waiting for a RT3S, which is the UV380, but it's the radio, what's the name of it? The RT3S with the updated microprocessor and ROM. So anyway, I'm waiting for that to come in, and I'll start playing with those. Other than that, I expect to go get my spaghettis on Sunday, as I do every Sunday, being Italian, and they're my plans for the weekend. Of course, and I hope the Phillies sweep the Toronto Blue Jays this weekend. So, back to net control. You are doing a stellar job within that, sir. W2AJV 73 clear.
All right, Anthony, you have a great weekend, and, I think we're going to head on down to the farmer's market this Saturday morning, and then I still want to go over to Dunkirk, to the lighthouse. I don't think my wife has seen it yet, so it's not very far from me. Anyhow, well, it is 10 o'clock, so that's the end of the hour, and once again, I would invite every one of you out there to join me on Monday nights at 9:30 Eastern for the Night Shift Net, where we just get to sit back and talk a little bit and have a good time. So, anyhow, that's on behalf of KE8VKY. Thanks for logging for me and helping me out with the net. This is Scott, N7FGP, I'm going to say 7-3, everyone, and turning the East Coast Reflector back to normal amateur radio use. 7-3, and everybody have a great day and a great weekend.